Hi. You're probably sick of these little videos when I'm talking about a new way that we're practicing. But in summary, we've introduced a new way of reaching out to clients who may have problems that a physiotherapist could help them with. So what we've been doing is working on talking to people over the telephone, not necessarily booking them in just because they've rung us up. So we've been a little bit more sensible about A, why people might call, and B, well, what to do with that phone call. So the biggest thing, I guess, in 25 years of practice, I've always not realised is that when someone calls, they're often quite desperate and they're not sure. And they want to talk to us, but we're busy and we just want to get them in the book them in and hang the phone up. Now, I've made a huge change with that. What we've decided to do is to say to that person what's going on and allow them to talk, to tell us what the issue is. Often it's a crisis point. They might have had back pain for a long time, but it's flared up. And sometimes coming in right now is not the right thing to do. So part of what we're putting in place is a system whereby people are able to slow it down and talk, to my personal assistant on the phone, and it can be ascertained that perhaps that's a person I need to ring. So you book a time and I call you back. And we've had one interesting experience just the last few days of a young lady in her 20s who just got out of the couch and she had severe back spasms. She's never had problems before. She rang up in tears, in crisis, and she spoke to Bryony, and Bryony said, well, what's going on? And she wanted to come in, and Bryony thought, well, if you can't walk, you can't move without spasms, maybe it's better to stay where you are, which was good advice. So I rang back, which was good, because we often forget, but our system won't let me forget. And I probably spoke for 5 or 10 minutes on the phone about what was going on. And my advice to her was, look, in the absence of these types of things that may indicate serious pathology, you're best doing nothing. Just rest, take it easy, don't move, and you won't get the back spasms. And if things go downhill, or if you're worried or concerned, please call back. And if for whatever reason pain's out of control, obviously, perhaps you need to seek urgent medical help. But let's just sleep on it. Anyway, next day, no problem, no pain, no spasm, everything was fine. And a couple of days later, we got a really nice email from this lady. Now, we don't know her, we've spoken to her, we've never seen her as a patient. And she was really, really grateful, because at the time she was really, really scared. It had never happened to her before, and she never had back spasms. And she was just really appreciative to get some advice from someone who deals with this sort of thing all the time. So from a patient perspective, or she wasn't even a patient, it was a great outcome. She's fine, and she didn't waste her time, she didn't waste her money seeking unnecessary healthcare intervention. Because as I said to her in my reply email, had someone poked and prodded on your back, potentially it could have set off a situation, in other words, made it far worse, where she did actually turn a transient bad back pain episode into a healthcare situation. So that was a real positive. On another note, we've done a few discovery sessions where patients have followed up on the phone call, and these were people who had long-standing back pain. And I allocated an hour to let these people really dig down and tell me their story. And it was amazing in that context of not being in a hurry and not rushing them through, and not actually feeling the pressure that I had to treat or do something other than just listen. The feedback from these people has been interesting. They basically have all said this: it's the first time they've been heard, that they've been able to talk about issues related to their pain experience and life in general, not just the injury, but how it was impacting upon them. and they were very, very appreciative that they didn't feel pressure that they had to somehow commit to anything. So what comes of it is really, I've given them my professional opinion as to what I believe is the best plan of care, and ultimately have placed that decision in their hands. And certainly I find as a clinician that if you can be honest and upfront with people and give them an honest opinion about how long it's going to take, some of these people it's going to take 3 to 6 months to really make changes that will take their long-standing pain problem into a better direction. So the discovery session is an opportunity to gain trust for a client or potential client to trust in my professional judgment, and also for myself to, I guess, get to know someone a little bit better before we commence a plan of care, a treatment plan. So really it's been quite positive and quite surprising. I mean, some of the people that I may have unfairly written off in the past as being troublemakers or difficult clients have turned out to be actually quite good. They've just been frustrated by they've been frustrated with the healthcare system and the fact that it's all a big rush. And so what appears to be happening out there is people appreciate time and being given time and being respected. That's probably the biggest thing I'm noticing, is that this process of giving away valuable time to listen seems to engender respect and trust, and that's the most important element of providing and giving advice to potential clients. So there you have it. Nothing but positives for all people concerned. So it's a work in progress, and I'm enjoying speaking to people and certainly look forward to speaking to many more people in the future. And as we finish this video, have a wonderful Easter, and please be really careful out there. The roads are crazy. Just take your time. There's no hurry. Thank you.